Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 3. Last time, we encountered the Xenosaga, or however you want to pronounce that. We found Pellegri, who seems to have no real reason left to fight, other than she's destined to fight. So, let's give her a destined ass-whipping. Now, she has no elemental affinity one way or the other. She does deal some fire damage and some physical damage, so you may want to protect yourself against that. I went over my setup in the previous episode, but that's entirely up to you whether you want to follow that one or choose your own. Basically, this fight is one of the more annoying ones we've faced in a little while because she can heal multiple times, which makes the boss fight take a long time. She's not guaranteed to use it. In fact, when I was looking, yeah, there's the guard again. She also has high evade and a high chance of guarding. She won't be able to guard against the Dina, and she won't be able to evade against the Zebulon, but, oh well. She does quite a bit of damage, and you need to make sure you're kind of protecting yourself against that. Now, later on in the fight, she will be able to use an ability that kills your anima. It will basically deal damage to your anima and remove it all in one fell swoop. At least I think it's all of it. And so when that happens, you want to make sure you don't have everyone with too much or just start using your anima gauge. So just kind of be aware of that. She's a rather annoying boss fight for a number of reasons. Okay, after that, so we got what, balance down? Yeah. So she does have its status effect. Again, this is, in addition to her healing, the status effects that she can deal are not listed in the any of the walkthroughs I've seen. So she can inflict balance down. You may want to have status prevention ribbon thingy on. That is entirely up to you. As you can see, we've already done a bit of damage. Let's go into anima mode because we need to deal some damage and drop her down. She's going to heal when I do this, but what can you do, right? Get Cerberus going. Seeing that makes me think of Final Fantasy VIII because, unfortunately, we don't think we ever saw a Cerberus again. Maybe we did in some of the online games or the 16,000 different remakes of older Final Fantasies or side events like Crystal Chronicles or something like that. But as far as I know, in the games I've played, I don't think we see Cerberus again. I don't want to miss. Stop dodging me. Can't dodge this one, bitch. Ambush. Of course, these ones aren't guaranteed to hit, but, oh well. Go. Now, once she gets a turn, she is not going to be very happy. And again, yeah, Magic Sword. Power to destroy Anima Gauge. On her next turn, she will destroy Anima Gauge, or use Anima Breaker and do that. Doesn't do anything when you're in Anima Awakening mode, so that's good. Stop dodging me! Yeah, if the Zebulon does not have that, she misses so often, it's ridiculous. There we go. And one more attempt, and then we'll build up more anima again, which she'll be able to take apart on her own terms. And we got an ambush out of it. That's rare, but I'll take it.
Don't make me angry!
I'm sure you're already angry. And she's done Anima Awakening. And don't kill her. Really, game?
System critical.
There's no way of reviving your mechs, by the way, so I'm going to have to redo this fight, and I don't have the Reuben set up for pretty much anything, but we'll finish off the fight for now, and we'll get back to, I'll just cut to me actually defeating the boss properly. But yeah, that's the rather unfortunate part. There's many aspects of this boss fight that are rather annoying, and there's no way to protect yourself against all of it. And she can do a lot of damage. She doesn't always do a lot of damage, but she definitely can. Now, if you use a special attack on her, her anima gauge will increase, so don't do that for a little while. There goes the miss, and you're not protected against that because I was not expecting to need to use you. Because I don't think I've ever lost a character in this fight, which is kind of annoying. Oh well. Not much I can do about it now.
Damn you! Do you still resist me?
Obviously. Fallen Rose is one of her more powerful attacks. Be aware of that one. It does quite a bit of damage there. You can use an all repair. Why not? They're pretty easy to come by now that we can, you know, get them as a drop in battle, so stop missing. Yeah, one of the more annoying fights for all the reasons I've been able to demonstrate so far. But yeah, once we get up to our next anima level, we should be able to finish her off without too much more problem. And then I will go and redo the boss fight off screen. There's the Anima Awakening. Yeah, I think she criticaled last time, which is why I ended up dying, even though normally she doesn't do that much damage. Ow!
I'm retreating.
Well, that was unexpected. Yeah, this boss fight's going nowhere near as well as I was expecting. Definitely gonna have to just fix all this off screen. But I should be able to finish her off now with a couple of anima attacks. And yeah, just be a little more cautious than I was. And you should be fine. Wow. Never had this much trouble with this boss fight. It's more of an annoyance than it is difficult. This time it was both. Anyway, I will see you in... Actually, let's just take a look at this real quick. So yeah, all of the characters that are in the fight, whether they're dead or not, get full experience. It's the one character on the outside, regardless, that gets 75%. So even though Momo was dead and Ziggy was dead, they still get full experience. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so basically that attack, that wide beam attack that she used that hit everybody and did a shit ton of damage, well, she does that anytime she gets high enough on her anima gauge, so there's a way of avoiding it, but the fact that it's based on anima, she can do it more than once. So just make sure you're prepared for that, and just keep your healing up a lot more than I did in the first attempt. That's pretty much all you need to do. I was just kind of lax because I didn't experience any of that in my testing. So, anyway, easy enough once you're not, you know, taking it too lightly. And yes, it took a little longer that time, but I had to keep healing. Anyway, lots of points. And we get the CUS-10, which I believe is the only one of its kind.
Bail out, Pellegri. There's no sense in you dying. You don't have to accept it!
I told you, it doesn't matter anymore. Each person must walk on their own path. Your path and mine just simply did not cross.
Then come on. Fight me one more time. Survive so that you can defeat me.
But I can't. I can't fight anymore. I'm tired. Farewell, Jin Uzuki.
Pellegri!
Jin!
It's that ES again.
And there's another fitting
Hey, old
end.
man, what's wrong?
Ziggy, are you okay?
I may know where the Zohar is.
Basically, the way that Pellegri ends here, it kind of makes a bit of sense because she's lost everything she believes in, like Margulis, and, you know, she really doesn't, like, her entire life's work, her entire life's purpose was to get to Mictum and somehow be able to get back to Lost Jerusalem. They're now being told by, apparently, the one who created their religion that that's impossible. You kind of would lose a lot of your spirit if that was something told to you.
Really? Where?
My memory isn't complete, but there was once a facility where the Zohar was studied. We should head there.
Why did you keep something like that a secret this whole time?
I wasn't keeping it a secret. My memory is fragmented and not linked properly. It seems I tried to seal it subconsciously.
What? How come?
Even cyborgs get nightmares. I tried everything I could to erase it.
A nightmare. Freddy Krueger.
That place is the stage of my nightmare. It is an abominable place.
I don't know, just the way Kanan says that, it almost sounds like it. It's up ahead, the Ormus headquarters, the Archon Cathedral. Cool name. And below there is another isolated research facility. Why is this something we see everywhere? Like, literally, every time we go anywhere. Labyrinthos, Miltia. I think there was one other one before this as well. It's all over the place. Everybody has an underground research facility. Okay, there we go. Now, I don't believe there are any more items around here, but all you need to do is head and continue following this path. And it says go to the cathedral, and you go to the cathedral. You don't have to spend a long time getting there. You click the thingy, and we're here. Cool architecture, by the way. Kind of seems like it would be an Ormus stronghold, considering what Labyrinthos looks like. Anyway, I need to reset up my equipment. Okay, so everyone is equipped with what you would expect: de-anima, de-charge, either de-nullify effect or de-clean. Someone's got sensor, and someone's got large treasure. And my sound effects are still glitched all to hell. Joy! Same enemies we've seen before. Alright, there's 3 of them. I took care of all of them. We blow up the statue, which I believe was of one of the patriarchs. We get update file 04, which probably gives us more information that I should probably go over. Anyway, if we blow up this guy over here, we can fight you. And after taking care of you, blow up this, and probably walk through the item 3 times, get a half repair that I got 2 of from fighting those enemies. Okay then, sure, why not? Anyway, let's head on in here. Which gives us a nice panning shot of the cathedral once again.
Is this it?
Is
Yes.
what it?
It looks like a religious facility of some kind.
Ormus.
It's a cathedral built by Ormus to worship the Zohar. Pilgrimage meetings with the Federation and other such activities took place here.
Yes, but that's only the official story. In reality, the research of the Zohar took place underneath.
No wonder this place looks shady. All right, let's go inside.
Doesn't really look all that shady, it just looks like a cathedral. Actually looks pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. And another database update, because why can't we just get enough of these database entries? Give me the rest of the database already. Is there anything on this side? No, there's not. So let's fight you. Okay, you take care of him, and the only reason you even want to fight him is because it shows that there's a treasure chest over there. Now, save point. Very important. Definitely going to want to use that save point. I have something else to do first. Shop. There are no new items, but do note, any of the items that were available strictly because you completed that extra side quest earlier and got all the upgrades and all that other stuff, that will not be here. None of the extra items are here, just the generic items that you'll normally get from progressing to Chapter 9 in the plot. Now, I do realize that once we get to this point, we can buy the 7 Sisters. And if you don't have any of the 7 Moons item, and you've already used the G vaccines to max out your resistance to the G virus or crystallization or whatever you want to call it, then you can actually go back to Miltia in the EVS, and there actually is one shop available, and that's the one that was in the city, and you actually have to talk to the machine in order to get it. There are no plates in the EVS. So just so you're kind of aware of that. Anyway, there is one... Oh, forgot about that. Blow that up. I think I can blow up the other one too. Yeah, I think I can blow this one up too, can I not? Yeah, there we go. I can't remember if these contain anything or not. Ah, there we go. Item! Nano Repair DX. Are there any more of those that I have walked over because I haven't been paying attention? I don't think there's anything else floating around over here. Yeah, that should be all of them. So there is one new enemy up here, so let's show him off. No real change from everyone else, but sometimes you'll run into 3 of them on their own, sometimes you'll run into them in groups of 6, so... Anyway, they're weak to fire, so there's nothing really to worry about. Yeah, let's just anima the crap out of these guys. They do a bit of damage, and you'll see that anyway, so... But I'll get finish strikes on everybody. Yeah, they can use some kind of status effect, which is soul down. But Zebulon can charge and get rid of that. And the only reason I really did that is so I could get my normal attack X-Cannon off here, my single targeting one, so that I can then go back and use the one that hits all of them afterwards. Doesn't make the most sense to do it that way, but I want to level up all of my anima things, so... Anyway, they're very much like all the other enemies in the game. I wouldn't worry too much about them. They do lots of damage, but you can kill them pretty easily. There we go. Now, the front door is actually locked. You cannot go in the front door off the bat. Now, I would not recommend going too far forward. That would be a bad thing. You want to head over here first. Get that treasure chest that we saw before. And we'll just blow up a bunch of rocks. And we get a down repair. Why are we still getting these things? And we get gold fall, another necklace. Let's take a look at that real quick. I don't expect I will be using that. Large G+. Why would I use that at this point? Really? Large G+. Medium G+. I think there's one other item that might have it too. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Anyway, I'm going to head back to that save point there and go over my setup for an upcoming boss. Okay, so on my way back, I ran into that fight again with the anathema things, and well, there's a beam weak variant of them too, though you never seem to run into them nearly as often, so... Anyway, they die like everyone else, just figure I'd note that it's here. Okay, we're back. Now, the next boss is one of the more difficult bosses in the entire game, and considering how difficult Pellegri was, considering how much I was expecting, I haven't tested this boss fight in a while, so I'm expecting to get my ass kicked. But as far as equipment goes, as far as I can tell, the best setup will be you're pretty much your standard for anything that's going to do a lot of damage. Prevent counters, prevent revenge, and this one uses beam attacks, so protect yourself against those. You're set up the same way. You have the same things, except for you have Sensor. Sensor is an absolute necessity for this fight because the boss can change its weaknesses every round at some point during the fight, so definitely make sure you're prepared for that. Let's see here, and I've even outfitted Jin. I bought a second, or well, rather a fourth version of all of these, so that he would be able to come in and not be completely useless. Now, one thing, he actually might be a better choice for this fight. The only thing that makes me not want to pick him is because experience and skill points. But you can use him if that's what you want to do. And You may want to set up different weapons, different elemental weapons, since, like I said, he can change his elemental weakness and strength per round. So if I've got beam on you, and beam on you, and that's my main source of damage, and he's strong against beam, I probably won't be able to do much of anything for that round, which is kind of annoying. But it gives you a chance to charge if you need to do that. Entirely up to you. I wouldn't recommend reducing any of your things to physical based because, yeah, 170 energy, or even here, a two-handed one, 320 energy. It's just, if you look at the stats, it drops your damage by a huge amount. Well, technically I could use 3 of these, but still, I don't think I'll do that. If you're going to bring in the Reuben, I would almost recommend putting on New Moon instead of Full Moon because it's physical, and the drop isn't as much. As you can see, it's still definitely a drop, but it's just not as much, you know, 13, 14 versus over 20 for you. You may want to consider putting, let's see, like a lightning weapon on you, but those don't tend to do very much damage, even with one of the side weapons. They're all just too low energy cost and too low damage. So I don't recommend it, but you can try that if you want. It's just going to take a little longer this way, and in fact it'll probably balance out in the end, but I like having more damage, so I would also recommend you fill up your anima gauge before the upcoming boss fight, because you're going to need it. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys for hell next time.